want you to imagine Jesus teaching on this beach to this great crowd that are pushing on him, so much so that he steps into the water and he sees a boat. And I want to say to you this morning that there is always going to be crowds pushing on us, wanting our time. And Jesus loved the crowds. He loved the multitude. His heart broke for them. But I'm telling you, there is always going to be crowds that are going to seem more urgent than the crew. And Jesus makes this decision to step into the empty boat with Simon, who he's about to share his life with, who he's going to invest in, who's going to help birth the church. He makes this decide. It's not by accident. It's not like random. Jesus makes a deliberate decision to still love on the crowd, but to step into a purposeful relationship. Whenever I read these kind of texts, I read it through a grid of shared life. This is who he's about to share life with, who is going to say the most ridiculous, offensive, joyful, laugh, share meals, cry, who's ultimately going to die in the cause of Christ. He sees and senses this future and he steps into it because that is the way we're meant to live. With a crew, with a small group of people that we give our life to. You know, if I was ever brave enough to get a tattoo, there's lots of people around here with tattoos, there's kind of cool, much hipper people than me. I've always wanted a tattoo. I've never been able to get one. I just don't like needles. And so I've always said, is there any way I can have this happen without a needle? And they're like, go get an iron, you crazy, weird person. So I've never got one. But if I ever got one, I would get the word diatribo. It's a Greek word. And it literally means for skin to rub through the skin. It says Jesus, in John 3:22, it says Jesus going from Jerusalem to Judea with the disciples, he literally spent time with them. And the English word spent time is not very good. It's not sufficient. The word diatribo means for literally who Jesus was rubbed through onto the disciples. And it's a beautiful image of discipleship. Jesus walking with these people, he didn't have a power cloud. He didn't just appear there. He literally, as he walked and talked and laughed and shared life, who he was rubbed through to them.